Definitely a horrible thing to see, but you didn't have any adults trying to intercede and help him at all either. So not exactly what you want to see. So yeah, we're gonna be touching up on those three things tonight. What's going on to Tech? I see you up in here as well too. What's up, Rella? I see you up in the spot as well too. DJ, I sent you the co-host, so I don't know if you got that or not. Or I don't know if you're having some issues, but I did send you the co-host invite as well too. So whenever you get a chance, you can go ahead and grab that as well too. So yeah, we'll be starting this thing up shortly. Rivera, I see you up in here as well too. I see you up in here as well too. So shout out to you. Lafayette, shout out to you. See my girl Rira up in here as well too. So shout out to her. I knew you was gonna be up in the spot, Ree. So I'm glad to see you up in here as well too. So yeah, y'all. Oscar So White look like they came back once again. Like not like it's a big surprise, but hopefully one day I hope that our people will kind of get a little bit of motivation to go out and get their own. Say what you want to about Tyler Perry and Tyler, the type of movies Tyler makes or this or that or whatever. Tyler Perry at least has a mindset that I'm gonna do for self. I'm not gonna just focus on what white folks can give us because they don't want to give you anything. Let me go out and create my own. So whether you like Tyler Perry or not, Tyler Perry at least has taken the initiative to go out and pretty much control his own destiny. At this point, Tyler Perry is independent. He's trying to buy BET. Like I said, you don't have to like his movies or his scripts or whatever, but he is at least taking initiative to go out and take control of his future while also, giving black people opportunities as well too. So these are the topics we're gonna be touching up on. We got to touch up on the migrants that just bum rushed the actual U.S. Border as well too. We got to touch up on that. And for those of you, I know you guys seen it, the actual video that's circulating with the poor black autistic kid, special needs child, looked like he was just scared to death. You got this girl sitting up here, this Hispanic girl. She's the ringleader. She's grabbing him by the collar, leading him. He's getting hurled with racial insults, people taking him. Got other grown people on the damn subway, not trying to intervene or stop or whatever. And this poor kid, he gets jumped by a bunch of other kids on the subway. They calling him nigga, nigga, nigga this and all this other kind of stuff. So that was very bad to see. The fact, like I say, you have other grown people, no grown person decide to intervene, to stop, to try to help him out, to break it up, to pull the kids off of him, to tell him, hey, that's enough. They just sat there and let it go on. So yeah, we're gonna be touching up on those three topics tonight. You guys know anybody that wants to speak, all you gotta do is just go ahead and request a microphone. We will allow you to come up here and speak as well too. I'm glad that you guys are with us on this Monday night in this Twitter space. So we're gonna go ahead and get to it right away as the room seems to be kind of filling out. Guys, go ahead and please tweet out the space as well too. Go ahead and tweet out the space, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get this started here. Real quick, Tony, I see you left a comment. Let me see if I can find that comment real quick. Usually it's supposed to be the best fashion, but some of it okay, you was talking about the actual comment. I think I was talking about the actual I think about the fashion that they had on because yeah, Sierra had some outfit on where she was practically almost showing it all up there. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna touch up on all three of these topics. So I want to go ahead and get the discussion started. Uh, First, I want to go ahead real quick and mention this actual mention what went on at the border as well too. Ray, I'm sending you the invite to co-host. So yeah, this is from the New York Post. It says video shows hundreds of migrants storm across the U.S. Mexico border bridge. Chaotic video shows a moment hundreds of migrants stormed across a major bridge linking Mexico to the U.S. Footage first shared with Fox News shows the crowd screaming and even jumping for joy Sunday afternoon as they start streaming onto the bridge from Juarez under a sign saying "Happy Travels." The rush followed a rumor that the border was being opened to give them a fast track to political asylum in the U.S., according to the Mexican outlet Norte Digital. Many, including elderly and young kids, started running and appealing for others to follow as they raced up the bridge leading to El Paso, Texas. The group, which Fox estimated was at least 1,000, mostly Venezuelan migrants, then clamored to be let through the gates at the border crossing, with some standing on vehicles as traffic was halted for hours. Migrants, mostly from Venezuela, tried to cross a barrier. Some appeared to get past barbed wire while others prayed and begged to be let through. It was one of three bridges where Customs and Border Protection agents confirmed they had to implement port hardening measures on Sunday because of a potential threat to mass entry. Extra officers and barricades were also used at the Bridge of Americas. Approximately 1,000, mostly Venezuelan migrants, swarmed the bridge. Images show officers in riot gear on both sides of the border standing up with a mass of hopeful crosses being kept behind barbed wire. Some migrants claim they were hit with pepper spray trying to keep them back. Most of the crowd had returned to Mexico by 5:30 p.m., 4 hours after the initial rush. The bridge finally opened for traffic an hour later, officials said. So you had a massive amount of people coming in. Apparently, somebody told them that they can go ahead and bum rush the actual country and they can actually come here. Who gave them that information? I have absolutely no idea, but you had over 1,000 of them, Venezuelan migrants, coming trying to actually come up through El Paso, Texas, trying to get to the United States of America. So um, I'm not exactly sure how you had a bunch of Venezuelans in Mexico either, but I guess they come through Mexico and try to travel that route as well too. So yeah, you had a lot of border patrol officers out there, riot gear and everything else, and people were doing their best trying to get here. And for hours, they had traffic backed up out there. So big mess, big scene. Not a good thing, but that's to be expected because we constantly keep seeing all of these people rushing the border on a weekly basis as well too. So don't be surprised if you guys in another week or two have something similar to that. I don't know who gave them the okay. Some rumor was started that hey, the United States is opening the borders, and it didn't take long for a bunch of people to bum rush it as well too. So let me go real quick and touch up on this Oscar snubs. This is from Black Star News. Both of these articles in the jumbotron. Black Star News is one of our affiliates. Black Star News is more of a Pan-African type website as well too. They dedicate a lot of stuff to the Black diaspora. So this is their title. Oscar snubs show Hollywood has still a white problem. As a lifelong fan of the art of moving images, I look forward to every year to the annual Hollywood extravaganza symbolized by the golden figurine known as the Oscar. It is an event where the film industry congratulates itself. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood is out there for the global audience. Stars and starlets at this event wear names such as Versace and Valentino. Hugh Grant was one of the only few people that had on a suit, and they asked him, "What are you wearing?" Danielle Deadwyler, who played Emmett Till's mother in the film Tim, was getting rave reviews and considered the front runner among film critics to win the Oscar for Best Actress before the nominations came out. Till was also considered for the Best Films Award. It was surgically removed from consideration by the nominating committee, thus depriving the film and the actress of the opportunity to win the Oscar. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won almost all of the awards for which it was nominated, including Best Picture. It happens to be one of the few films I've yet to see this year. My choice was All Quiet on the Western Front. As disappointed as I was by the Academy snubbing Deadwyler, I could not be any happier for Michelle Yeoh, who walked away with the Best Actress in Leading category. Best Supporting Actor went to Ki Hoon Kwan, who many of you remember as a child actor in the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. His was the most animated award speech. The Academy was at least recognizing Asians in the industry, long overdue recognition. It also sent a message that there can only be one minority at a time represented at the Oscars. Back to Danielle Deadwyler. Is it time to dust off April's Rain 2015 Oscar So White? The Academy was also sending another message by muzzling actors and presenters to refrain from any comment that may be remotely misconstrued as political. It seems to me it was distancing itself from the undeserved label of liberal Hollywood and trying to curry favor with the white supremacist base of the Republican Party. What's next? A remix of Birth of Nation. I'll say this right here. Like I said, this source here, Black Star News is, and some of what they say, and I definitely agree with, but it is also, like I say, more of a Pan-African type site as well, too, as one of our curators. I say this much right here. You had more Asians nominated for Academy Awards than you had Black people. And I don't think in the best picture for best actor for men, I don't think you had not one person that wasn't white that was nominated as well too. So it seemed like they really from last year, and Tariq Nasheed had a YouTube talking about it. It seemed like they really were trying to punish Black people from last year, because I know the actual producers of the show last year, you had a lot of Black input and everything. So from the whole Will Smith slap and everything that went on, It seemed like they were trying to distance themselves as much as possible. Asians were pretty much, like I said, they were the head of the class in terms of the minorities this year. One thing I also found funny, and I know everybody they saw the look on Angela Bassett's face, like she was in total shock. Angela Bassett, who's put out some of the best performances that you can think of over the years. She really, once again, she got the short end of the stick. She still hasn't gotten the due or the awards that she got. But like I said before, also, you can kind of expect this with the actual Oscars. The Oscars are similar to the Grammys. Whenever you're depending on your peers, and your peers are mostly those in Hollywood with the power and the money and the prestige, they're not really gonna. They really don't appreciate the talents of Black people. Professor Black Truth made he made some statements on, because he also did a video, and he was talking about, when you think about the actual people that win these awards, when you think about Denzel Washington, Denzel had to play a slave in Glory. He had to play a crooked cop in Training Day. When you think about Halle Berry, her character in Monster Ball. When you think about when Forrest Whitaker won, his character Idi Amin was basically a madman. So pretty much he's saying that you either have to be a slave, you have to be crooked, or you have to be, and that's his words, Halle Berry's character, not me, a thought or a madman to actually get the actual representation, to actually win one of these awards. So that's not really surprising to me. Angela Bassett, to me, she's definitely, I don't know if she has a star on the Walk of Fame, but she's definitely deserving of that. She's one of the best actresses of all time. Angela, she's played every kind of character in Hollywood that you can think of, and she's played some legendary roles. I mean, of course, we know Tina Turner, the Wait and Exhale role she played. If we just talking about the actual television, the playing Katherine Jackson, and she's played Betty Shabazz on Malcolm X, and she played Betty Shabazz. She had a brief cameo on Panther. Her roles and her reach, the characters that she could play, she really has no limit. So I felt bad for Angela. I saw the face, but I would think that Angela also, as long as she's been around Hollywood, she would kind of know that, hey, this is the way the game is being played. And like I said, and in the article, I agree with it. Like, you had only one minority could stand up this time, and they chose to put the Asians up there. And that's not to say that you don't have Asians that's deserving of awards, but we all know that you should have had way more Black people won Best Actor, Best Picture, Best Actress, and everything else before you did now. Like, they at one time they didn't have a problem giving a Black person a supporting actress role or a supporting actor role, but rarely, if ever, did you ever get that top honor. And I can't think of any Black movie, period, ever where it was the best movie. So not totally shocking, not totally surprising to me. I know it kind of, surprised some people, upset some people, but hey, y'all, this is Hollywood, and we know who runs Hollywood and who's always run Hollywood. So, I mean, I really, to me, it really shouldn't bother anybody. Like I said, I do want to talk about the autistic kid that was bullied, that was jumped, that was they was dragging this boy like he was a dog by the collar. You had this girl grabbing him by his collar and leading the way and taking him, getting him off of the train, and just dragging him and making him follow. You could see the confused and the scared look in the kid's face. It just, his eyes told it all. How you doing, Diane? I see you on YouTube as well. How you doing tonight, sister? It was not a good thing. And I believe when our people on the company and some other people have already contacted the actual police station up there. I believe they contacted the subway and let them know. I believe that some of our people have already sent the video up there as well too. And it was just, that was really tragic. And even though we're talking about the Oscars and stuff, I have to keep things in perspective. The look on that kid's face, how scared he was, and the fact that you didn't have any grown-ups. Now, normally you would always have some kind of grown-up intervene, but you didn't have any grown-ups. And I got to wonder, where was the security? Where were the police or whatever on the subway? I've never been to New York. I've never rode the subway, but I figured that you got to have some kind of security up there. They just allowed these kids to go ahead And the girl, she throws the first lick on the boy. She's the first one to hit him. They hurling the N-word back and forth. They're jumping him. He's trying to fight back. Nobody, no grown-up whatsoever steps in and intervenes, tries to help, tries to pull him off of the kid. I wonder if they even tried to see if he was okay. I wonder what happened, because that video wasn't long either. It was only a minute or something long. So I really want to know what happened to the kid after the video was actually shot. I want to know who actually uploaded the video as well, too, because somebody took their phone out and they was filming this while this was actually going on. Now, was this another kid that did this? Was this a grown-up that was sitting back? Who exactly was filming this actual video while it was going on and uploaded it on the social media as well, too? So we need to go ahead and find that out as well, too. This child had a completely confused look on his face. Special needs child. You know, I don't know how old he was. I would assume he's a teenager. I would assume that he had to be anywhere from 13 to 15. You know, I can't tell just looking at him and stuff, but I could tell that he was a teenager, young, confused, scared, hurt. And like I said, this girl right here, she was the ringleader, and that I found that very interesting. Now, if this girl would have messed around and got hurt for sitting up here grabbing this boy like that and doing what she did to him, how many people would have come out the woodwork and talk about he needed to be this, he needed to be that, or whatever? You don't put your hands on a woman. Yet she hauls off, she smacks him, she's dragging him from here to there. Nobody intervenes. Nobody tries to help out. Nobody cares. So that's my main thing right there. Who actually took the actual video of this? Where was there any? And I find it hard to believe that there was no black people on the subway either. No black person was around to see any of this going down. Because I saw some grown-ups and stuff, and they just sat there, but no black person, no black adult sat there. Was there anyone in the vicinity to go ahead and break this up on the subway? And we know that the subways are supposed to be congested up north as well, too. So how are we sitting here just watching this? And Diane, you're right, savages. Like it was just savage treatment of this kid right here. I wonder how he's doing. You talk about somebody, the perception of an autistic child, the way they see the world is different than you and I anyways. So this poor child right here, we're always talking about traumatized and this and that. How do we think this child feels today or feels shortly after that video was filmed? Nobody set up there to try to help this kid right here. So, I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know why as black people, we sit up here and we allow this kind of stuff to happen as well, too, because I'm pretty sure there was a black person somewhere in that radius to do something, to stop it, to just step in and do something, say, okay, y'all, that's enough. You can't just sit up here and jump on him or whatever. But no. And then here's the thing, too, I always hear from black people up north, especially in New York. A lot of black people tell me, well, we grew up with Hispanics, we grew up with Puerto Ricans and this and that we got respect for them. They got respect for us. They got love for us and this and that or whatever. I don't know, man. You're going to have to start calling some of these people out on this, because it seems like it's almost a one-way street when it comes to the love. I mean, if that's what it's all about, then y'all need to go ahead and get some straightening up there, because that was pure BS what I just saw. That was BS. Ray, what's going on tonight? I see you up in the co-host, and how is the actual reception up in here, man? Can you hear me pretty good tonight? You there, Ray?
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to move in. So.
Oh, okay. Well, go. Yeah, I didn't. I'm just checking to make sure that the actual reception and everything was good on your end and whatnot. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was fine, that you could hear me. I know sometimes you have some connection issues, so I just wanted to make sure everything was fine on that end right there as well, too. So just checking in.
How these YouTube channels going out to Twitter feeds. If I get dropped, I'll be back.
Yeah, it's no sweat. It's no big thing, man. I just trying to make sure that everything was okay. I see my brother Original's getting ready to come up here, so I definitely got to hear what Original's take is on this right here, because Original, I don't know if you saw that video circulating with the actual with the black kid and how you had this Hispanic girl grabbing him by the collar, yanking him forcefully, dragging him, basically making him go wherever she wanted to go at. And then when she gets him into a certain position, she hauls off and she smacks him. Yeah, he hit her back. And damn right, he deserved to hit her back. He's got every right to defend himself. Now, I don't care if people going to sit up here and say, well, damn that. This kid up here did not do anything from what we could see in this video to the point where he should have been assaulted by 3, 4, 5 people, how many of them that jumped on him. So he has every bit of a right to defend himself. This girl was an instigator. She helped to create a hostile environment, and she led him basically to a point where he could be jumped on and attacked.
Yes, she did. That wasn't a female. That was a dog, just to put it mildly. And then she hit him, and like you said, when he responded to her stupidity, then all the other ones gonna jump on him. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I mean, had I been there, I just have to whether or not I gotta pull my shoe off or my belt, somebody's gonna get the crap beat out of them. That doesn't make any sense. And then you look at how nobody's really, media is not talking about this. What how horrible it was. It seemed to be okay for anyone to attack black people. Someone had put a post up, it was a forwarded post for some white person that said, why do black people feel so comfortable? Because there are some videos out there of black folks, responding to this stupidity, saying that why do black people feel so comfortable in attacking white people today?
That was that video of that black woman dragging that white lady on the floor. That's the one they was talking about.
Yeah. Get the baby. I'm like, hey, but see, it's like I said, what did that white woman do to her? Because see, the thing, we don't go around bothering. Now, you can find some of us that might, do whatever, but on average, black people do not go around bothering other folk. We leave other people alone because we expect them to leave us alone. But see, what people don't understand, we have not always taken crap from white folks. When white folks would do stuff to us, we beat the crap out of them. You ask some of these white kids when after the schools were integrated. Oh man, we were beating their asses. I remember I was in the 6th grade, and so these 2 white guys came over. They would come from the high school to, as teachers assistants. So they would try to, defend the white boys that would, try to jump on us, and we beat the crap out of them. So one day it happened. So we got in there with them. I said, I'm going to get you tomorrow. You just watch and see. When we were home, hey, Bilbo, do you know so-and-so? Yeah, he's in my class. The other brother said, yeah, I got whatever class with him. Well, they were trying to beat up on us today because these white kids trying to fight us, and they were trying to beat up on us today. Man, by the time their asses came back to our school the next day, we beat the shit out of them. We wasn't playing. We didn't take that. We didn't take that from white folks. Who are they anyway? And somebody, I have my cousin. He went to school. He went to school in Alabama. He said that he had this guy that he beat the crap out of. Saw him one day and just turned and went in the other. I mean, they're like grown men now. So he turned and went in the opposite direction. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. No, we did not take that. And I want to make sure that these people are arrested. They should be arrested and prosecuted. And not only that, now, where is our anti-black hate crime bill? I hope someone mentioned that because it seems to be okay to come out here and you're going to pick on an autistic child that probably knew how to get to and from where he was going, and you're going to attack him, and then they all jumped on him. But see, this whole thing about blacks and Puerto Ricans, I think it depends on who you talk to. There are some people, just like when we've seen some of these videos whereby how these Puerto Ricans are trying to lay claim to hip hop, and black people are saying, no, y'all wasn't there. And when they were saying that y'all were playing jungle music, we don't want to hear that old jungle music. They were playing whatever the hell they was playing. And so, but yet when hip hop become popular, all of a sudden, because you went to a party or two, you want to say it was 50-50 creative. You better get your ass somewhere and sit down. This is insane. As Dr. Clark told us, we don't have any friends, because there was a guy when I lived in California. he talked about that. Them and the Puerto Ricans didn't really get along that well. So I guess sometimes it depends on who you talk to, but it's not like it was just like rainbow coalition where the blacks and Puerto Rican all just got together. If anything, it was them leeching more off of us than anything else. And I think that has to be looked at because even there was some of them in videos saying that that no, they wasn't there in hip hop, and so I'm gonna tell you, like I worked with this lady. She said she was a white Puerto Rican, and she said, well, y'all invented all that, rock and roll, y'all, and there's some music, and I asked her to make me a CD, and I still got the CD now somewhere. It's called Playing Them. She said, oh y'all did all that. See, everybody know black people are the creative force in this world, but they want to act as if we've not done anything, And so I just say, I'm pulling for them to arrest this freak and lock her up, and maybe she would get in there with Taniqua and somebody, and Taniqua would beat her ass in jail. Not only in jail, but in prison when she go to prison. Because remember, it was she was I don't know which branch of the Spanish speaking people she was from, but remember several years ago, this young brother and his father was in New York. I think they was visiting, and then she gonna accuse this young child of stealing her cell phone, and it was his cell phone. She left her cell phone in an Uber, but yet she see the young black child with a cell phone, and she just automatically think it's her phone, and she gonna try to attack. And the father, I think the father has to lay some hands on her. So no, these people have never been our friends. And if, like I said, if anything, all they have done is leech off of us, And let me say this about the border. Now, see, I understand some people have the perspective that if we vote the Republicans in, they're going to secure the border. But that would be great. But I cannot give up my vote without getting anything in return. That's not how I operate. Now, if anyone else want to go in and do that, okay, do your thing. But I will not participate in that because it's not going to bring justice to us. If Republicans are not on, if they can't get on board with reparations, then why would I give you my vote? You've already told me by you're not wanting to get on board with reparations. You're telling me that all you want is just like the Democrats, all you want is my vote, and all you're going to provide me is benign neglect. I can't go along with that. And it's interesting how all of a sudden it's okay to just let these people come here illegally and claim, and they all got the same lie. Oh, we're running from gangs. We're running. No, you're not. Yeah, they got gangs here. So what's your point? I understand it's to undermine us. As I said before, Newstoter, back in the 90s, there was a guy, and a lot of his stuff was pretty much on point. His brother said that during World War II, there were so many black men that came out of the woodwork to join the military because they were trying to take care of their families. That they can. I would say I've not been able to verify this, but they said that so many black men came out of the woodworks joining the military that they conducted a special census just on black folks. I believe it to be true. Like I said, I've not been able to find any references to that, but I believe it is true because I think there are more of us here. Well, I know that there are more of us here than we're being told. And so I think people need to look at it from that perspective, is that all this stuff that's going on at the border, this is to try to neutralize us. Because they are afraid that if we rise up, they know something's going to happen. And I think the Democrats already know because of what they're putting out there, that we ain't coming out to vote for them. If you're not talking reparation, we're not coming out to vote for you. And there should be enough of us to have that attitude. We're not coming out to vote for you. But yeah, man, that was sickening because they're always talking about these other groups that come under attack. Now, had this been an Asian out there being attacked, you never hear the end of it. What about the hate crime bill? This, that, and whatever. So I just cannot go along with this. I think where is I wonder if anyone has sent this to the old crazy black mayor in New York. He seemed to want to bring all the illegal aliens up in the joint and everything. Why isn't he talking about this? Now, had this been some black children attacking somebody else, he'd be all in front of the cameras holding a press conference. But because it's a black child, he is nowhere to be seen. This is why it's important. Do not go out there and vote for somebody just because their skin look like yours. If they can't express what they're gonna do for you, do not vote for them. Because he would be all over the place, and everybody knows that. So I'm gonna land with that because it really has me kind of pissed off, because I'm like, when you attack, a defenseless child like that, I don't have any anything that happened to you, it happens. And I'll land with that.
Real quick, original, before you land, and I know like the entertainment and stuff is not your thing, but let me just touch up on this Oscar thing real quick with you before you run real quick. What was your feeling on that and the actual, I don't know if you saw the look on Angela Bassett's face, like she was in complete disbelief and shock that she didn't even get that win last night. And Jamie Lee Curtis, like I didn't even know Jamie Lee Curtis was still like really acting like that. So when I heard Jamie Lee Curtis was, mind you, I didn't see the award show last night. Matter of fact, we was in the space and stuff like that. But when they said Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm like, damn, how did Jamie Lee Curtis win? So just in terms of the actual Oscars, and maybe not so much even Angela Bassett, what's your opinion on the Oscar awards in terms of its treatment and dealing with black people? We know historically they've always ignored black actors and black talent. So what do you but real quick before you go ahead, because I know that may not be your thing, but I just kind of want to get your opinion on what you feel about the Oscar awards.
Well, I think, just in general, black people need to ditch the Oscars and not even attend, don't watch, allow it to fall and crumble, because it reminds me of, they put black people out there and they act like, well, you're this, you're that, and woo, just like when Diana Ross was put up there when she did a great performance in Lady Sings the Blues. And I would say, I don't remember who was running, but at that time, I think I was pretty young then, but I didn't really watch it or whatever. But I think we as a group just need to detach ourselves from that. And I think we need to develop our own award, not the NAACP Image Award, because what they consider to be an image for black people is not an image for me. But, and I think they should understand is that, see, this is what they do in order to try to keep control over you. Well, if you don't do this, we're not going to let you have this. And I think it could have been something whereby with what Will Smith did last year, they did not want to have a black person winning an award. I don't know did a black person win an award this year?
I think the one that won had to do with the costume for the Black Panthers. I think that might have been the only one from what I heard that one was dealing with the actual costume designs for the Black Panther movie.
Okay. And see, even with that, now everybody was talking about how great some people were saying how great the Wakanda Forever was and this, that, and whatever, and one would think that due to the fact with Chadwick Boseman, his transitioning, you would have think that it would have received. I mean, she would have received an award just on GP because of that. Because they was claiming, all this, that, and whatever. But I still say that until black people come together and they build and they begin to build their own, not with the NAACP, because the NAACP is not a black organization. They do not care about black people, and we should not care about them. But I think it's just Hollywood being Hollywood. They play, see, people always say, well, that's how the game is played. But I'm like, you know what? I'm grown. We ain't playing no games right now. I mean, this is reality. I mean, these people, they boot lick and all this and that, and and they try to get you to do stuff that's outside of who you are. So I would just say we have to ditch Hollywood, because I don't know if you saw this video, Newstoter. What's his name? Omar Gooding. He was saying that he was in what was that, on that comedy?
I think I saw something where he was saying that basically he lost roles for not playing, almost dressing up in a dress, acting like as a gay character, I believe, or something.
Exactly. He said that. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. See, it's like, he said, look, he said, I'm a straight man. I'm just paraphrasing, like he was saying, okay, if that's what somebody want to do, okay, fine. But he said, but that's not for me. Now remember, with Dave Chappelle, when him and Martin Lawrence had this, they was doing this movie. Dave said he came back to his dressing room and they had all these women clothes in there, and then he went and he was on Agent Oprah, and she was like, she was shocked that but you could see within Dave Chappelle when he was on Agent Oprah's show, Dave was hurt. He was pouring out his inner self. You could see that brother was hurt, because they wanted to buck break him and put a dress. He's like, no, he's not putting on no damn dress. Now all these other folks, if you want, and what was worse though, but what Omar Gooding said, he said, this one guy gave his brother his card. What's his brother in Cuba? Said that anytime you don't want to be a man, give me a call. I mean, this is some shit that's going on with these folks. They are crazy as hell. But see, then this is what I'm saying when people say, well, that's how the game was played. You better watch it. You better play, as Dr. Anderson said, don't play their game. You play your game against their game, and you will win every time. But I do believe that, until more black people pool their resources, because, I mean, I understand Black Hollywood is underpaid, but just think if they pull their resources. And I ain't really saying run over to Tyler Perry, because he's doing some crazy stuff over there, I'm telling you. But pool your resources and begin to do your own thing. That's all I say, because this is enough of this is enough. It's time to cut the cord and leave these people with the people that want to jump through hoops and appease them. And I land with that.
All right, appreciate that, Original. I had to get your opinion on that as well too. So let me say this real quick before I kick it to Rella. As a father that has a child that's on the spectrum, and just when I saw that boy, it just reminded me. I was like, I would have probably lost it. Not only are you attacking this kid, you're jumping him, and then you're recording it as well too. And like you said, Original, he's probably in his mind, they've already, the family members probably already showed him the actual route, how to get home and how to get to where you need to go at. Now he done been totally derailed. They're going to take him and take him and walk him off and this and that or whatever. Who even knows if that child was able to get back home safe or whatever? And like I said, you saw no grown person out there trying to intercede, trying to help to see if he's okay. We don't know how long the video was. Thank God, say what you want to about social media. Social media has many, many negatives to it. But that story now is starting to gain up traction. I believe it was Rella. She went ahead and she tweeted it out. I retweeted it. So that story now, one of ABC affiliates, they're covering it and stuff like that. It's all over social media. It'll be all over the news outlets as well too. And get back to what you said, Original. If that had been a group of black kids doing that to anybody, especially a white kid or whatever, that would have been major news. And they found out that child was autistic as well too, or special needs. Yeah, it would be all over the news cycle right now. It would be nowhere you could go at and not hear about that. So, like I say, as a father that has a child that's on the spectrum, it would have took everything in me not to go down there and grab one of them little kids up there and hurt them. If that would have been my child up there like that, just talking real as a parent, sitting up there, and this little heifer sitting up here with her stank ass, dragging somebody up here, grabbing them by the damn collar, sitting up here, instigating this BS, could have got this boy seriously hurt, possibly even killed out there. He could have ran away and fell on the goddamn track and got hit or something like that. And it'd be her fault. And the first thing she'd be crying, oh, well, we didn't mean to do this. We didn't mean to do that. And you have some dumbass judge that would fall for his sympathy and this and that. So I want to see exactly, are these kids going to be charged? Are they going to get taken out of juvenile detention? What's going to happen with them? Because they already got the video, and you know damn well that the subway station, they have their own surveillance and everything as well on that too. So all of those kids that took part in hitting that kid, all of them on camera, and all of them are on surveillance from the damn subway station as well too. So I just don't know, as a parent, as a father. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that what people end up getting hurt right there for real too. And I understand that these are kids and stuff like that, but I'm not going to sit up anywhere and let no group of kids jump on my child just straight up. Rella, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey everybody. Hey Original, Ray, Newstoter. How you guys doing? Everybody in the room.
Hey, what's up, Rella?
I actually want to give a shout out to hey. I actually want to give a shout out to the company, because the company actually was, I believe, the first person to actually post it. And when I saw it, I just reposted it. And so since then, it has definitely been getting good traction. And I want to say he was only 15 years old. We're talking about a 15-year-old teenager who is a high-functioning autistic child. His mom did an interview with ABC. I posted it, ABC 7 in New York, and she talked about her son, normally being able to just go out for walks and things like that and come home. And she said she was in disbelief because she didn't know he had left to go out until she gets a call about this video of somebody being dragged down the subway station, and they took him so far out of the area where he's actually from. So they're from Queens, and where they took him, it was way away from where he was from. So something tells me that, this was either a gang initiation, that's what it looks like to me, or they were just around the town and they are assaulting Black people. And it's funny you talked about gangs earlier. To me, that looked like a gang initiation, or it looked like, just idiot, dumb, Latin kids who are part of a group, and, they wanted to make an example out of somebody, and they picked the most inoperable or weak person that they could find, and they probably caught him. The problem I have is that Eric Adams has not come out to say anything. He hasn't come out to make a statement.
Eric Adams is a punk.
He is trash. The DOJ apparently is now looking into it because, not the Department of Justice, but I believe maybe the FBI in New York is looking at it because of the racial slurs that were being thrown. They've only posted 3 pictures of people of interest, but it was a group of people. It wasn't just 3 people. It was a group of kids or teens or whomever, because we don't even know how old these kids are, how old these people are in the video. But you see a bunch of people with their phones out recording it. So this tells me this is probably something that they do on a regular basis. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's on other social media sites for likes. And I honestly, at this point, they need to be charged with hate crimes, and everybody who, if they can find if they can actually find them by way of their cell towers and their phones, they need to do so, and they need to give them time. You went ahead and decided that you were going to attack an autistic person. And I remember for a while in New York, they were having people going after homeless people. There was a guy, I think, going around either killing homeless people or attacking them. And I think in LA that was happening too. And you get people who do these things. Even in gangs, there are initiations that happen. They'll pick targets, and normally it's weak targets, right? And so I think at this point, the mom, she didn't want to be on camera. She didn't want nobody to see her face. And I don't blame her, because I would literally be trying to find them before the police find them. That's just me. That's just the family I come from.
That's me too. As somebody with a child on the spectrum, that would have been me too.
I wouldn't want to be on camera either, because I'm just going to say, I would not want to be on camera either, because I would be trying to find them before the police find them. and it would be better for the police to find them before I find them. That's why, when you grow up in a neighborhood and you grow up around what gangs do, you tend to adapt to your environment, but you also understand that when it comes to your child, the police a lot of times tell you that they're going to get justice for you, and they don't get justice in the way that you would. And I'm telling you, I'm not for violence, but street justice when it's necessary needs to be handed out to some people. And yes, I said it. They decided that they want to pick on people who can't fight back or who are weak, and they try to jump people. I can't stand folks that like to jump people. I can't, because a couple of hollow tips, and it's over. So some people just do not deserve atmosphere, and these people doing what they did to this young 15-year-old autistic boy, they don't deserve atmosphere. Being in jail is too nice. That's too nice for them. So I'll leave that there. Now, Angela Bassett, I was really sad about her not winning. I don't watch the Oscars. Oscars So White should have always been a thing, and we should have never even. She should have. I understand why she attended it. I get it. It's the culture. It is the highest, one of the highest. Especially if you're, they trying to get all of the ego, and get their letters behind them and stuff like that, and add to their resume. Her being an exceptional actress. And I feel like the Oscars don't care. We do need our own originals, right? We do need our own awards. We should have had our own awards by now. I don't even know why Black Hollywood keeps wanting to rub elbows with white Hollywood or Hollywood, period, when they don't even acknowledge a lot of the white actors, which is why look how long it took for Jamie Lee Curtis to win a damn award. She was like one of the kind of like, to them, like a low-level white actress, but they didn't have nobody else. There was no one else to give an award to. They already gave awards year after year to random people movies that we probably don't watch. Maybe Meryl Streep is the only one. I don't know anybody else that I would actually seriously be watching all these years. But Angela Bassett, come on. She's been around, in everything within the last 15 years. So you telling me she don't get an award over Jamie Lee Curtis? And then you put her up against in a category with there's two white women and an Asian woman? No. There might as well be all white women. And she the only black person that was in there. And then they gave the Best Designer Award to Carter, who was the designer for the Black Panther. Again, that was her second Oscar, and they had her down for the first black woman to win an Oscar for design. Like, it's just crazy to me at this point, and I'm just so done with the Oscars. I don't even know why they are still a thing. It needs to be like deaded, because anybody still watching the Oscars is trash, because they're trash. They are. I didn't care for it. But Angela Bassett looked really nice. Her family looked beautiful. And I was really upset that she did not win. So, and they were talking about it would be another 30 years for her to be nominated for an Oscar. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We need to honor our own. We need to honor our own, and we need to encourage more Black Americans to develop and have film studios so that we can see ourselves on TV. We can see ourselves, play ourselves. We can see women playing grandmothers, men playing grandfathers, and it be okay. Men should not have to be forced to put on dresses and ostracized if they don't. Women shouldn't have to be forced to be, doing the lowest level thing just so they can get an Oscar award, only to be underappreciated. No, I don't agree with that. And white Hollywood, I call, they're just the weirdness. It's always the weirdness with them. And I'm over it. So I'll end there. I think that's all I got for tonight.
Okay, if you want to say something about the migrants later on or whatever too, go ahead and
Oh, yeah, I forgot about them. Close the borders down. Send them all back. Round them up like they did the Haitians. I don't even know why. It's a lot why we ain't even doing that. They rounded them Haitians up with like in less than 24 or 48 hours, and nobody knew where they went. Why is it that we can't do the same thing and send all them folks back across the border and make them work with their own people to get their own land and government together? No. We got people killing Americans across the border. We got immigrants in the first, second, third generation or first or second generation children in gangs attacking our children in subway stations, right? And nobody's saying nothing. So, and that boy, and now let me point this out since we was talking about the migrants issue. Now I'm gonna land after this. All the people in the subway saw, like you said, him being dragged down the subway. Not no one else in that subway called the police. No one actually, like you said, intervened, and no one's upset talking about something. We need a black hate crime bill. After seeing this boy being dragged down the damn subway in broad, I don't even know it was broad daylight, but it was in the subway in a time where people were moving around. So it's a damn shame. And I'll end there.
all right, thank you, Rella. I definitely agree with everything you were saying on that point there as well too. Sister Sean, how you doing tonight? Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Man, I don't even know where to start. Peace to the room. But let me just kind of start with this. Yeah, we witnessed that young man, autistic boy, get dragged and beat because it's okay. It's okay in society, right? And if you haven't, I'm sure you all notice, I see people in the room, we're intelligent people. There has been a constant diet narrative framed in the media and on social media to demonize us. We are everything that is black and bad, and this is the part of the fruits of that. I sat and I thought to myself. I said, what would I have done if I was on that train? And I said, I could see the vitriol, against the young boy. It just seems like they just was ganging on him and nobody cared. And I said to myself, I would just go down. Me and him would have had our ass whooped. I wouldn't have cared. I would have went against the grain. Looking at that, me not even knowing that young boy, if you caught me in a community situation like that, I'm jumping in it. And I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take the risk. And then when I saw it, I understood the kids and stuff, because kids get, in that game, Lord of the Flies mentality. But then I also saw a few adults. And then people were just sitting back like they were like, in some kind of cornfield, lily field or something, or sitting, sitting on the dock of the bay. They were doing nothing. So I said, well, where have we come as a society? But I already know, because we're being demonized. Now, let's get into the ethnicity, and I think I get straight into the borders. If it was clearly a Hispanic child. I know all about it. They are passive aggressives, and they hate us. Here's what they're good at. They're good at camouflaging themselves and acting and pretending. And we say cosplaying. But I'm going to tell you, they will turn on you in what? A New York minute. In addition to that, here, I'm in what you call the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. We got a big problem. They got MS-13, especially in Virginia. Right now, that's not on the major news networks. Down there in Southwest DC, these Spanish kids, they're warring with the black kids. They are warring, okay? It's real. It hasn't escalated. And I'm talking, these ain't no subway fist fights. They shoot guns, bullets is flying. That's right here in Southwest DC. So they are a problem. Now, it even extends to the job. It even extends to the job. But here's what's different. They're emboldened because their numbers are getting bigger. They're really bitches by themselves. But in numbers, they will turn on you and they will bring all of that stuff from across that border, even if they're already here, it's already in their culture, right? And when we look at that border, and we think about those 4 Americans that were just 2 killed and 2 made it out alive, you got to remember the first report's back on them. The first report was, oh, we thought they were Haitians. Then they switched up the story. But initially, that wasn't the story. So the very fact that you thought that they were Haitians, right, and you want to do shoot 'em up, bang, bang, that's anti-blackness right there. So first, we thought that they were a competing smuggling group, Haitians. Then it was like, oh, they got caught in the crossfire. No. You guys are switching up the story now because I watched it from the very beginning. Right? And then the fact that they caught them so quickly. Isn't that strange to everybody? Look how quickly they found them. And then another thing that was odd, the dead bodies, they were clearly dead. They drug the dead bodies in the truck. What the hell do you want with a dead body if you're a kidnapper? If they did, they did. Leave them on the street. Take the ones that are alive and bounce. Then we get this weird ass apology letter. And I'm saying all that to say with these borders and with this run on the border down in El Paso is all related in that our government is complicit in this. They are complicit. Now, you're not going to tell me that somebody's going to send me an apology letter because oh, my bad, right? I done messed up the pipeline. I done messed up the cartel line. Mexico knows it. Biden knows it. And now, let's fast forward to what's going on in Texas. Look at all these people. Come on. Not just this situation. All the other ones we've seen either attempting to or flowing over. Do any of them look like they're destitute? Do anyone look like they're downtrodden? No. These people aren't coming from anything that is... Asylum is supposed to be people who are coming from war. Coming from... These people are coming over here to exploit and to take advantage and to take over. And not 1 minute should we be sleeping to think in all those waves of people that the cartel is not coming in, setting in a foothold in our country. And we're the first place they're going to be, in our communities. Those are foot soldiers. And the cartel is part of some of those people coming in, setting up shop. This is a very serious thing, and this is a threat, especially to us. Because we are the first one that are affected by this. So we must either vote against it, and we must go, if you a sanctuary city, find out how to reverse that damn status. So you can start calling ICE. But this is a very, very intentional thing. And then another thing I noticed about El Paso, think about it, y'all. The Mexican police are doing nothing. Why aren't we holding Mexico accountable? Do you think Mexico don't know what the hell's going on? Mexico shouldn't even allow them to advance. Why are they even in the position to advance? Well, they have to be confronted by our border patrol. They know what the hell's going on. They're like, okay, which way you go? Okay, that way. They're pointing them in the direction. I'm looking at the Mexican police. Everybody just, they just running past the Mexican police. So there should be consequences from our country directly to Mexico. It's almost like you just open borders. Yeah, it is open because you're allowing it to be open. You're doing nothing about it. If these are your people, control your people. Now, to the Oscars, I don't even deal with the mess. I've been over it. I can't even make any comments on that. But what I will say, a couple calls 2 calls actually. I'm in agreement. We have got to remove ourselves from their sources of validation. I don't need to be validated by them. And it's not just with the Oscars. We need to bring back the Negro League. Go to my Twitter page. Look at my girl. I came across a video. I just retweeted it for the space. Look how we get down. The baseball league. And it ain't just baseball. It's NFL. It's NBA. We need to remove ourselves from all of it. We don't need it. Actually, they need us more than we need them. We just haven't figured it out yet. And I actually used to play softball. Right? So you see them sisters, that's how we get down. Even our marching bands. Our marching bands, people can make money off that, just having marching band competition. Now they're infiltrating our damn marching bands. These are unique things that we do. So I guess I'm going to have to land like that right there. But I'm telling you, these Hispanics, they are passive aggressive. Do not trust them at all. We got MS-13 we got to deal with. Now we got the cartels. And they're very disrespectful. And they're very nasty. And they don't have nothing good in their heart for us. And the biggest shame about it is we're the ones, at least our so-called leaders, have been advocating for these people, not just for them, everybody. So we advocate for everybody and then become everybody's doormat. So we got to wake up and stop and reverse that. And if I have to, I'm an independent. But I'm telling you, if Trump run, I'm voting for Trump. And I dare somebody say anything to me. Because he had it right. He wasn't playing with it. And he just actually spoke right here in Maryland at the CPAC. And he said he win in 2022. He says he's deporting all of them. I'm like, he got my damn vote. And I'll land right there.
All right. Thank you, Sister Sean. I appreciate it. Very passionate. Can't say I disagree with a whole lot that you said as well as Rella either. So the sisters, they're definitely setting the tone tonight. We had my man Original come up here. We need some more brothers to come up here as well, too, because the sisters, they're really setting the tone for the room tonight. And I got to say, I really do enjoy that. I'm glad to hear our sisters come up here and speak truth to power and just tell it how it really is. So, I mean, that's pretty much how it is. So we need some of our brothers to come up in this space as well, too. I'm going to kick it to Who Did You Boycott? But real quick, check up in the Jumbotron. We have the Newstoter YouTube channel up there as well as a newsletter. Please go ahead and subscribe to both of them. We need to start getting people subscribing while the actual space is going on. So right in the Jumbotron, there's not a whole lot of stuff in there, like the third or fourth over. You can find the actual newsletter and the actual YouTube channel there. At least go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. You can do it while we're in the space. You can still listen to the space. Go over to YouTube real quick, click subscribe, and come right back. It won't take you more than 20, 30 seconds to go ahead and do that. So, and also support us on Cash App if you can. That's $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Newstoter is the largest Black-owned, largest Black American-owned media news curation platform today in America. Once again, that is $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Nate, you say you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that, Nate. Nate on YouTube said he subscribed to the channel, so I appreciate that, Nate. If you don't have a Cash App, we have the Venmo and PayPal up in the Jumbotron. Same for over there on YouTube, guys. In the description, you'll find the Cash App, the PayPal, and the Venmo up there in the description as well, too. Who did you boycott? How you doing tonight, sister?
Yes, shout out to you, brother. I must tell you, shout out to the rest of the family. I'm heartbroken right now. Normally, I'm pretty much have it together. But after watching that video of those sorry human beings attacking our brother in our country that our ancestors built and died for, I can't find my words to really express my anger, and that any Black person or Negro that was on that platform that did not step in and help that brother, they are a sorry human being too. So I'm gonna leave that one there because I want to talk about them wetbags, them sorry, whatever they call themselves. who have invaded the America that our ancestors built and that our ancestors died for. They are invading it and trying to claim it theirs. And the DMC, the Walking Dead DMC, is in cahoots with them. I knew this back in 2003. 2003, I knew this coming. And it hurts me. It hurts me too much to witness this going on before my eyes. That these sorry human beings have now outpopulated the diabolical white pink people. So they have either made a contract with them to share power, or they are in here for one purpose, like the sister said, to take us out. Because these white, evil human beings know they got to go through. We got to go through every class of people to get to them. Everybody they don't brought in, we got to go through them to get to them. But again, those Latinos and Mexicans are a whole new breed. We can't use the same tactics that we've been fighting the beast with, because they are a whole separate breed. They are a whole separate breed, like the sisters been saying. Oh, yes, God, they are. Oh, my Lord. I don't know if they don't made a backroom deal with the RNC and the DNC to share power. I don't know. But 2024 will tell the truth. Alexandria Cortez gave it out. She let the cat out the bag way too soon. She started flexing her muscles. And just like the sister said, now that they got the numbers to put anybody in office, pretty much in most of these states, they're starting to flex their muscles too soon. And they know they got to take us out. They got to take us out the same way the white people believe, the evil white people believe they got to take us out. But they're all going about it pretty much the same way. It's a diabolical plan. It's a diabolical playbook. Oh, what did I leave out? The Oscars. Oh my God, I don't even have to spend but a few words on that sorry thing. I've been boycotting everything that I can boycott that they are putting on. They have hijacked everything. You either got to play their game, to show up at their Oscars, their Grammys, and everything else, BET. If you are showing up at their awards program, you have already agreed to play the game. And like Rilla said, I can't remember her exact words. Oh Lord, they have sold out. I love Angela Bassett. I'm not going to say she's a sellout, but these Negroes have got to make a decision. Are they going to stay aligning with the enemy, or they're going to break camp and boycott them and not participate in any of their award shows? They got to make a choice, because a line has been drawn in the sand. And all of our brothers and sisters who are part of these Oscars and acting and music and sports, they better make a decision real fast, because this war has long since started without them. They better join it or be caught in the crossfires. It's an easy decision. I hope they don't catch none of the crossfires, but they can if they stand in the way. So thank you, brother, and the rest of the family. I got to think real hard how to deal with these sorry human beings that's trying to steal my ancestors' America. They are literally trying to steal our ancestors' America, because it's two Americas. one that these sorry, diabolical white people claim as theirs in the America that our people built and died for. When the dust settles, we know who's going to be standing. The chosen people, the Negroes, the chosen golden nuggets. Thank you kindly. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. Like I say, this story to me really hits harder with this kid too, because like I say, having a child on the spectrum, having a child that's going to be 15 this month as well too. I really, really, really feel this story actually in my soul or whatever. Like that boy that was happening to, like that could be my son on that actual subway station getting that same type of treatment. So my heart goes out to the mother. My heart goes out to the family. And I'm with you sisters on here too. Like, where in the hell? I guarantee you there was a Negro man on that subway station somewhere, and this Negro didn't do anything whatsoever. Now, like I said, we didn't see the whole video. We don't know who eventually stopped it or whatever, because I'm sure somebody had to stop it, I would think. But the fact of the matter that you could have a man sit up here and just watch this is one thing. You talk about it's a woman, but for all the men that's in this space right here, if we came by and we saw a young black man being jumped by a bunch of people or whatever, and the fact that we're a bunch of other kids and we wouldn't even go over there to try to intervene, to try to stop it, that to me, that's really, really just disheartening. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. Exactly how could you allow something like this to happen and not try to do something to go ahead and end it and pull them apart or whatever, but just to sit up there and let this happen. I also wonder how this child is going to do. How is this child going to feel when it's time for him to, because his mother can't be with him 24/7. So how is this child going to feel the next time this child has to get on the actual subway and travel? I'm sure the mother felt pretty confident to be able to teach the child how, hey, you can go ahead and you can travel on your own while mom goes to work or do this or whatever. It's a sense for a child on the spectrum, just having a little sense of independence like that means the world to him. To have that broken, I'm sure that became his regular routine. And we all know that from what we understand, because I'm not from up north, that the subways is a dangerous place. But this child, it got to the habit that he was able to go on his own. That's a sense of independence that any parent that has a child on the spectrum, you feel a sense of pride for that child. You feel like, hey, this child, because the biggest thing you want to be able to is for your child to be able to take care of themselves. And to have that taken away in a blink of an eye, this child's minding his own business, hadn't done anything to anybody. And to have that completely ripped away as a parent, I know this woman can't be getting any sleep at night. I know her heart has got to be heavy and her soul has got to be weary just to have something like that. I mean, you really can't put into words like that as much effort as it takes to teach a child on the spectrum in terms of them being able to retain information and retain certain things, little things that we take for granted. That's big accomplishments that they're able to do. And yes, he's a high functioning autism child. My child's high functioning as well too, but that because they're high functioning doesn't mean that it still doesn't require a lot of effort in teaching them things that may come to you and me naturally. So to sit up here and have something like this just happen, it's really, really just shaking me to my core. At first, I couldn't see that I couldn't watch that whole video, but I had to watch it since I was going to do a space on it. So like I said, it's just to me, because it mirrors so much exactly my life. Okay. It mirrors, I know exactly what it's like to go to classes to teach you how to deal with a child with spectrum and stuff. I know exactly the challenges they have. I know all of this stuff because I'm raising a child on the spectrum. So I know exactly what this mother feels, except, I can't say I know exactly because that's never happened to my child like that, to the point like that. So, I really, my heart goes out to her and her family. My heart really goes out to that child. I'm really, really thinking about that child and his mind state and exactly his emotional state and just how he's doing right now at this point in time. His mom may have to, take off some time and actually get him reacclimated to actually catching the subway again. Or maybe she may even have to go and teach him how to catch the bus or something differently. I don't know. But it's gonna be a change in plans of what you have to do with that child. So like I say, you know, that's really bothered me from the time I saw that video. And like Rella said, shout out to the company because the company posted it. And you know, I know a lot of people say the company this and that, but the company, you know, he's trying to go out and put the content out there as well too. So give the company a shout out. You know, I have to give the company a shout out. That was an important piece of information that he passed out there that hopefully will make a difference. And like I say, my heart, my mind, and everything right now at this point in time is just focused on this child and the family, the mother. My heart goes out to her as well too. My heart really aches for this kid right here. It really does. Ray, I'm gonna go ahead and let you get it, and then we're gonna go to Leon, and we'll get back to you, Sister Sean. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real quick, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't seen the video of this autistic child being beat up for my own personal reasons. I'm just tired of seeing, just people beat up and these videos of people being killed and maimed and things like that. I don't know. I just had enough, man. But I don't know. I might check it out later. I just don't feel like it right now. As far as Angela Bassett goes, I'm actually doing the research. This has been nominated 85 times. She has never won. Except
She's been nominated how many times?
85.
Good Lord.
She's been nominated 85 times, and the only time she's won 26, but none of them have been, the Academy Awards, the Oscars, MTV People's Choice, all those type of awards. It's just been, BET, Black Girl Awards, and the Image Awards, things that we can control. So the thing is, what it seems like to me is that she doesn't want to sell out. That's what it seems like it is to me, because this sister is extremely talented. Like you said, she should have won for What's Love Got to Do with It back in the day. The same thing with Denzel. I believe Denzel won besides with Training Day, maybe Glory, but when he portrayed Malcolm X, there was no reason, there was nothing that year that came out that was as good as Malcolm X. That was the best movie, even today.
Think about the character he played, though. Do you actually think that with the actual people that run Hollywood and the actual perceived hatred that Malcolm and the Nation of Islam had to a certain group of people, that they were actually, and even white people at large, they was actually going to give him the best, give Spike Lee the best picture or have the best actor coming out of that movie?
No, I agree. The whole thing is, it says who is the best actor, and he was the best actor. So using their own logic is skewed, because he was the best actor of that year. And that was fun about Bill Cosby and a couple of other black billionaires. So obviously, yeah, they won't give our brother and sister their props. But like you said, that's why we need our own stuff. For real. We really need to celebrate our icons. Because as we can see, no one's gonna do it. Like I said, this sister's been nominated over 85 times, and she's never won one of their awards. Forget them. The thing is, I really hate to say it, but a lot of us, we value that acceptance. Like, oh, not only the black people say I'm good, but the Oscars and all these other people, they say I'm good too. But we really should not live for that. We don't need that validation, because, they only let, like you said, they only let a few people in, at a time anyway. The people that do it, they're always doing some type of crooked stuff or getting slutted out by some white dude on stage or on screen, or, they always got to do some degrading and demeaning, to get the damn award. And that's what we got to do. I don't think really it's worth it, just to be completely honest. And I was gonna say this too. Richard was talking about black people and how we don't mess with nobody, and that's really the truth. And I'm gonna land on this. I remember there was a saying that we used to say back in the day that black people were like Candyman. You remember the movie Candyman with the dude with the hook for a hand, all that stuff? As long as you keep our name out your mouth, you ain't gonna have no problem. I land there.
Ray, you got to remember this real quick too. And I'm gonna kick it to you, Leon. That we as black people, and I guess we've been conditioned to believe this as well too. When you think about it, when we've had superstars in the Negro leagues and we had this or that or whatever, we value the ability to have cross appeal, to be able to cross over. And until we can actually cross over, I don't think we're ever really satisfied. That we feel like we're not at the top of the food chain unless we can actually cross over and have crossover appeal. So that's always been the case. When we had the Negro leagues, you had some of the best ball players in the entire world. When you had the Harlem Globetrotters, and I know the Globetrotters, I don't think they were 100% owned by black people, but nonetheless, at one time, people forget, they look at the NBA now, but the NBA was an all-white boy league at one time. But the Harlem Globetrotters would have ran them into the ground had they played them. So when we look at this kind of stuff, when we had back in the day, you had the HBCUs before integration, and you had the powerhouse Grambling States, and you had FAMU, and you had those schools and stuff like that. They judged themselves by playing these bigger white schools. Okay, that's how they say, well, this is how we stack up to the cream of the crop. To be the cream of the crop, we have to be able to beat white folks. It's always been that case. When you had Jack Johnson, the first heavyweight champion, well, before Jack Johnson was the first heavyweight champion, he was a black heavyweight. He was a black heavyweight champion. But being a black heavyweight champion didn't have the same appeal. It doesn't have the same level of money and fame and all of the other kind of stuff, admiration, as being the actual heavyweight champion. So in our DNA here in America, we feel to actually be at the top, we have to compete against white Americans. If we want to be considered the best, we have to compete against them. And that's one reason why I think you don't have black people trying to create their own leagues. You have Ice Cube with his league, but Ice Cube alone won't ever have anything that could rival the NBA because he doesn't have the money and the partnerships and that kind of stuff like that. The sponsorships, that'll never be the case unless you had the people in the NBA right now, some of these multi-millionaires. If you had Jordan and LeBron and some of these people, and you had Magic and you had Bob Johnson and some of these people that have billions of dollars, millions of dollars to say, you know what, we're going to form our own leagues and this and that or whatever. But trust me when I say, white folks also know the value of black people in terms of the money. Look at these leagues before black people got in. Look at the NFL. Look at Major League basketball. Look at basketball. Look at all of them. The only exception might be baseball, because baseball always historically kept black people numbers low. They saw the Negro leagues and stuff. They weren't going to let everybody in the Negro leagues come. So out of all the major sports, Major League Baseball has kind of always kept the numbers low. And in fact, Major League Baseball got to the point they said, you know what, we'll get black people, but we'll get black people from Latin America to come over here. And to that point, it really turned black people, a lot of the young black athletes kind of in the last 40, 50 years gave up on baseball and started focusing on football and basketball and other sports as well, too. So because, baseball kind of did what it could to try to keep the numbers low. Baseball they never wanted to see the black population in that sport get above 25%. They made sure that, hey, we're going to keep this majority white, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start adding other ethnic groups and everything else to keep it, because they saw football and they saw basketball, how black a sport could come overnight. And they said, no, we're not going to have that. Okay. So our people judge success by being able to compete against white folks. And they always have, in terms of music, in terms of entertainment, in terms of everything, in terms of education. To be the man, they say you got to be up here with white folks. And if you're not up there with white folks, then, you're just not at that level. So unfortunately, that's how our people think. We have the money now, we have the finance, and we could do stuff, but we're not going to do it. We're going to sit up here and we're going to gripe and complain. And like I say, Angela, she definitely deserved those awards and stuff. But there's a lot of black people that deserve awards. Like Original said, back in the day, growing up, my mom and dad, they used to watch The Lady Sings the Blues with Diana Ross, and Diana Ross put on a massive performance, and Diana Ross was a singer and put on a massive performance. That was like a classic of our family. Like, we was going to watch Lady Sings the Blues every year. I was a kid. Billie Holiday, we was watching that. And she put on a massive performance. But at the same time, you never get the credit that you deserve. So I don't know what the mind, especially as we done became integrated and infused and everything else nowadays. I just don't think our people, because they want top dollar, they want to be seen, they want to appeal to the masses, and I just don't think that you will get the top people, the top black entertainers, athletes, educators, or whatever, to go to that point where they used to be at before. Once integration came and they saw that, hey, we can make fist over dollars, and we want to be icons, not just black icons, but we want to be global icons. We want to be national icons. We want to be brands. And the only way to get to this certain level is we have to cross over, and we have to have mass appeal to do it. I just don't think that our people, we could easily, you see over there in Nigeria, they have their own with their Nollywood and all that. We could have a Blackwood right here in America. Our people, if you can do it in Nollywood, you can damn sure do it in America, because we got the talent to do it. But are we going to do it? The only closest thing you're going to have maybe is Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry is still never going to, Tyler Perry can't be a complete industry by himself. He can have his studio, he can have his production company, this and that or whatever, but one person alone cannot be a complete industry. So I just don't think our people will do it. I just think that we're in love with the white ice, and we've been in love with the white ice, and we always felt to be on their level. We've always looked to be on their level, and to be on their level, we have to go ahead and play their games at their rules, and we still haven't learned that if you're playing their games and their rules, you can always lose. You can always come up on the short end of the stick. How are you going to beat somebody? It's their game, and it's their rules, and they call it the way they see it. They've limited any chance that you've had in terms of ownership in a lot of these things. When Bill Cosby tried to get a network, they went ahead and they stopped that. When Bill Cosby was talking about buying the Washington Redskins back in the day in the 90s with a group of investors, they hiked the damn price up so much that it was astronomical that they couldn't get it. So anytime that black people do something, that's why I hate to hear when black people a few years ago, you had Steph Curry and somebody else was talking about buying a franchise. I'm like, man, why don't y'all just be quiet and go ahead, get your investors lined up and do it? Stop advertising, stop letting people know what you're going to do. And that's a problem with black folks. They have to tell the entire world what they plan on doing. And once the world hears it, like, oh, you know what? The Jigaboo's talking about they're going to buy something. This is what we're going to do to go ahead and counter that. We're going to raise this 10 times what they can afford. I mean, just go ahead and do the damn thing. Diddy was talking about doing, like, stop saying it. Are you saying this because you want attention, or are you saying it because you're serious? Because if you're really serious, you don't need to let these people know your every move. And that's one thing black people, they telegraph everything they can do a mile away. People see it and they're able to plan against it. You got it real quick, Ray, and I'm gonna kick it to Leon.
No, no, no. You actually took a lot of the points I was gonna say because at the end of the day, what do we have to lose? We see the game is rigged, so why not do for ourselves? That was really the point I was trying to make. Because, like I said, how in the world you get nominated 85 times and I come away with absolutely nothing? That doesn't make any sense at the end of the day. But then I can't even tell you what doggone movie Jamie Lee Curtis was in that was better than Angela Bassett. That's the thing. You know, you would think, okay, this person won, that you would know about the movie that they were in, but we don't at the end of the day. I can't name it for myself. So at the end of the day, like I said, like you said, a lot of stuff you hit on was 100% on the head. We got to start doing for ourselves. Just be quiet, go ahead and make the move. I mean, if we can, put them, if I can donate, a couple of dollars to help Tariq put this museum up, then why can't we get our own Academy Awards, our own? Hell, the Oscars is allegedly named after us anyway. It's named after what's the brother's name? Oscar Micheaux. That was I might be pronouncing it wrong. Micheaux, either way. It's supposedly named after us anyway. They take everything from us, but then when we want to get some credit for it, they act like we're not talented enough. And we have to, like you said, we need to start looking at that white ice as being cold and accept what we have.
Real talk, Ray. Let me go ahead and kick it to Leon. Leon, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right there, Newstoter. How you doing, Ray, Sister Sean, Buddha's baby sis? We got a both blacks
What up, what up, what up?
Visional. Sir, how you doing? Who else? Bella, how you doing? And everybody else, I'm sorry because I'm not going to be scrolling down too much because to keep me from talking too much. Anyway, on the subjects at hand, Newstoter, you were absolutely right. And this, I hate to say, when you was bringing all those points up about the ice is colder and everything, are to a point. Now I know I might get punched out for this, but I'm just going to keep it real. This is why our image and likeness we have failed to gatekeep. Like you were just saying about we always worrying about crossing over. All right, we always worrying about crossing over, but then when our image and likeness get cosplayed out, then we all butthurt. And then we shouldn't be butthurt because if that was the plan of being crossed over, then there's like repercussion to that. You're not gatekeeping your image and likeness, so then it gets cosplayed. But other than that, Oscars, yes, Angela Bassett should have won. I don't really watch the Oscars anymore. I try not to even keep up with it because darn no well we don't win. They don't want us to win. The Wakanda movie should have been the best movie, not this, I hate to say, Asian movie, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's some good actors, Asian actors in there. Blah blah blah. They, white supremacy, let them win. because they supposed to one that with that whatever that other Asian movie they did it. They came out Rich Asian, whatever the Rich Crazy Asians or some shit like that. They supposed to won a couple years ago, but anyway, it's all about design. It's all about design. So let's not even weed into all that nonsense. Another point that you brought up, I saw the video of that autistic brother getting beat down like that. That hurt. That hurt me. That hurt my soul. Where the hell was our brothers and sisters at? They had to been there. Nobody couldn't stop. It's not the cops. It's not the cops. Now I understand. When it comes to cops, we get deer in the headlights trying to help each other out. I understand that because you're dealing with guns and bullets. But when it's just another group of kids and they ain't got no guns and bullets, you should step up in there and help that brother out. You could tell he ain't know how to fight or nothing like that. Help him out. Now, see, when I was growing up, I'm gonna tell my age, and I don't know if a lot of y'all had this talk. I'm talking about for the brothers. Right? No offense to the sisters. This is about the brothers. When I was growing up, my father and all my uncles used to give me this talk about, am I my brother's keeper? And y'all around the late 40s and 50s, y'all know what I'm talking about. I hope y'all know hope y'all know what I'm talking about. This ain't like a fictitious thing. It was about, am I my brother's keeper? And it has to do with family, like your internal family, but it also deals with your people. And I know this from my uncle, because he always used to ask me about, are you my brother's keeper? Even though that's my uncle, I'm his nephew. But he said, no, it ain't just your family. He's like, I'm talking about black family, your other brothers and sisters out here on the street, and you are your brothers and sisters keepers. And I really didn't grasp that when I was a little bit younger, but now I'm a little bit older. I know what he was talking about now. And the youth today need to hear that. It ain't just because it was in New Jack City and Nino Brown used to they all used to say that I'm my brother's keeper, but it's more to that. There's more to that. That was just the internal thing of the group. But now, the way things are going in society today, we have to be each other's brother's keeper. Because remember, they all out to get us. They coming for all of us. And all we got is us, each other, to keep us safe. I'll land there.
All right, Leon, thank you. Appreciate it. Did you want to touch up on the migrant thing, or you cool?
Oh, the migrant thing? Which migrant thing are we talking about? The one, the 10,000 bum rush in Mexico right now, which is by the Mexican government, pushing them through, and the American government's letting them in.
I think it was. I think it was actually 1,000 that they had bum rush El Paso.
All right, I'm gonna tell you this, Newstoter. Maybe you might have this answer. With all this going on, these migrants coming in, government's letting them in our cities and stuff, and then now they're starting to admit that they're getting scattered out. Because even Fox News is talking about it. They were saying about how Eric Adams was talking about funding with New York City. Now they're pushing them out to Sullivan County, which I didn't even know that. I was like, holy crap, really? So now they're getting dispersed all throughout New York State, not just the city. Have you noticed, where's ICE? I haven't seen any ICE arrests. I haven't seen I ain't seen the media publicize the ICE. ICE is nowhere to be found. So I'll just land there. Just if you have an answer, please tell me. What happened to ICE? Because hell, when Trump was in office, ICE was all over the damn place. I seen ICE in my neighborhood town. They're nowhere to be found right now. I'll land there.
Hey, you bring up a good point there, Leon, because I haven't. I don't see ICE hitting these raids up and stuff the way they were. So I don't really know where they're at either right now at this point in time either. Because like I said, somehow they talking about a rumor got started and people was told that they could come here to asylum seekers, and they just started rushing the actual border or whatever. I don't know who started this rumor and who told them that, but yeah, I don't even know how a rumor like that gets started to the point. And then not only that, how quick they were able to just all come out of nowhere and just rush it. Like, yo, you coming with just what you got on. You ain't worried about packing nothing or nothing. You just hitting the border as quick as possible. You ain't say, let me bring an extra change of clothes. Let me bring my toothbrush. Whatever I got on right now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cross this border, damn it. So you make a good point there, Leon, because I truly don't know straight up. Sister Sean, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Okay, what I wanted to say, back to our young brother getting jumped. Okay, so the way that I came up is that, you know, when one swing, everybody swing. That was just the code. Call it the code, but we not doing that. We not playing no games. And the rule was, it doesn't even matter. You don't even need to be a person who can quote unquote fight, but you better swing. And that's how we did it, right? It's 5 fingers that make the fist. You don't sit up here and be on those sidelines. That's how we did it. And usually that stuff back in the day was orchestrated. You got the warning. I see you at 3 o'clock. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah, after school.
I see you at 3 o'clock. And at 3 o'clock, if your ass wasn't swinging, somebody probably would swing on you. That's just how we get down. And that's how it should have been in that situation. And we got to get back to that. Because, yeah, we are outnumbered. This 43 million, let me tell you, it's a lie. We more than that. Because we don't be dealing with that census. So they will see the big black hand and the big back Negro rise up on them. But we are outnumbered. They're having their babies. Sisters, have your damn babies. Fathers, take care of your babies. Let them women have their babies. Take care of them. Because they having babies left and right. They're increasing their numbers. Right? So then that's just kind of another thing I wanted to say. Newstoter. I'm a mother. Let me tell you something. You said there's a big thing when you're a mother. I know everybody, if you are a mother, can relate to this. When I was a child, my mother had to teach me to catch the bus at 3rd grade. Now, that might seem a little young these days, but we were poor. We didn't have no extra money for no maid and no daycare. My mother didn't have that. We got up in the morning, and we both went to the bus stop. And she taught me before school, that was a big thing, how to catch the bus to school and to get home. And we went together. My mother went one way to go to work. I got learned, and I went my way to go to school. I did that from a very young age. So we actually really heavily depend on the community in these streets. And now I have my own children. And I never forget, I'm on my job. Man, I tell you, 3 o'clock on the job, I'm dealing with the white folks. Anxiety would come over me. I would be trying to both my girl. Okay, where you at? Call me at 3 o'clock. So that was the check-in because I didn't get off until 5:30. But mothers actually sit in fear at 3 o'clock for that check-in. But then mothers also have to rely on the community that my girls are going to be safe out there on that public transportation. So this is where the family got to come in. We got to stick together out here in these streets. It's a very serious thing, and it does cause anxiety for parents because we do have to work. We got to pay the bills. And just to think, and I remember I got chastised because by the time I was able to, grow up and have my own children, now they had cell phones. Now we on iPhone. This way before the iPhone, they had those little flip phone back then. Oh, was she too young? You know, no. Nah, my babies, I said, my babies have phones for different reasons. It's for the safety. And they know not to be having the phone in class and all that. And then they even had a rule, no cell phones in school. I didn't give a damn. I said, nope, you're going to have a damn cell phone because you out here outside of my purview for hours. I don't even get home, get off at 5:30. By the time I get traffic and get home, I'm not getting home to damn near 6:30, 7 o'clock. Especially if I had to stop at the grocery store. No. I'm going to take advantage of the tools that I have. But I wanted to really say that because Newstoter, you were saying how it's hitting you, it's hitting us. And it hit me. Because that mother made me just like me at that time in my life. I didn't have a choice. I got to go to work. I got to you just got to pray on it, and you got to send your children to the community. So you do have X amount of dependency on the community. That's why I said, well, what I do, man, all them youngins up here, yeah, I'm outnumbered, but then I'm going to take it back to the way I was raised. Everybody must swing. I already know I'm outnumbered. I may lose, but I'm fighting. There's no way in hell that would have went down. Period. I just would have took a beat down. That's the way we used to roll. You take your beat down, you take that L, but you swing. For all them people to sit around like that. And even if they wasn't black, just on human decency. If you have any kind of decency with yourself, you know that shit, that scenario ain't right. That's a real funky ass scenario. That shit is unbalanced and it's unfair. So you don't even have to be black. You just have to be fucking decent to see that was an unbalanced situation. The young man kept trying to get on the goddamn train. And all I kept thinking, he was trying to get home, like you said, dudes, trying to get home like his mama taught him. And persistent, minding his damn business. He wasn't even mounting off or anything. And he did do his, and I was proud of him at the end. He threw his little punches and stuff. Because once they started swinging on him like on a serious, like he did, man, he was like, okay, this is enough. I'm going to throw a few out there. So he did the best that he could. I'm proud of him on that. But he was just minding his own black business. And that's all I got to say. These migrants, I'm telling you, it'll be more scenarios with more than 43 million. They're going to get that big black fist come up on their ass if they keep it going. But we got to put our big black foot on these Democrats, CBC, and all these bullshit-ass politicians' ass. And we need the anti-black crime bill, and we need to stop these people. They done showed their ass too soon. They revealed themselves. It is a blessing. Because guess what? We are actually just understanding this shit. Some people knew it, but a lot of people didn't know. We're now opening our eyes to these tethers. And it's not just them damn Mexicans. Everybody is jockeying on the white man's, I don't even want to say it, beat. They jockeying for the white man's position. They want to be the new damn white man. And they are worse than the white man. And I land right there.
All right. Thank you, Sister Sean. And what you said, moms taught you at 3rd grade. Mine taught me in 5th grade how to catch the bus. I remember we had moved out of the district where out of the area where the school I was going at, and my dad, he had the car and he had to work way across town. So mom was like, hey, I'm going to show you a week. I'm going to ride on this a week with you to show you how to catch the bus. But she only had to do it a couple of days. And she taught me, rest in peace to her. She taught me how to catch the actual bus, get off of one, get on another, and how to get home. So she definitely, back in the day, they taught us how to ride those buses and stuff. My older sisters used to have me and all her cousins, had all of us when she was 13, 14 years old, had a bunch of 5, 6-year-olds, had us all on there riding the bus and stuff with us. So yeah, that's a skill that we had to learn at an early age, y'all. We definitely had to learn how to ride those, use mass transportation as well too. And like you said, I feel you, sister. Like I said, just as a father, my heart went out to her because, like I said, the situation, I can identify with it, having a son on the spectrum. But I definitely understand that the mother as well too. You have to sympathize with the mother as well too. So, and you're right. I was glad to see him go ahead and get some licks in there at the end too. So, unfortunately, I wish he could have knocked somebody out, but at least he tried. So I give him that much right there. Baby sister, how you doing tonight? Baby sister, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Peace and reparations, family, should have happened 2 seconds ago. Yeah, see, you know who, like the sister said, somebody starts to swing, everybody starts to swing. It's sort of like that sister or brother where somebody just starts to pick up a pace and they start to run. We don't fucking ask, what are we running from? We get it, giddy up and go. We all start running. We'll find out later when we get to the end of the block what the hell we were running for, but you're not going to have to ask us and say, oh my God, what were we running for? It's just common GP blackness, Black American blackness. Somebody swing, you're swinging. So those people that were on that bus, whatever on the train, that was, it didn't matter what race you were. You just were a fucked up individual sitting on that train to allow that to happen to that young man. A lot of things you guys were saying, so I was trying to write them down. I'm in California, so the consensus here is it's ours again. That's their mindset is it's ours again. And Biden has bent over, unbuckled his American her drawers and just bent over. So I think that's the reason why they're not giving too much pushback, because these cartels, they've already been here. It's just coming out now because of the fentanyl thing that's going on. And then the no ISIS appearance, them just disappearing altogether. It's like everybody's just stepping back and letting Mexico just come back to California. But since I've been living here for almost 25 years, it's been the consensus of we're going to get California back. Y'all can keep saying that we're illegal aliens and we're this and that, but y'all on our land. So that's the mindset here. So, if you can just put that into some type of, conversation or whatever, but that's what's going on. At least when I see an entire grocery store or parking lot or whatever building that I'm in, and there's nothing but Hispanic speaking people, it's not even to the point where it's low. Remember how you used to go on down some streets and you would hear a couple of songs and Mexican music? They thump that shit loud now. They thump it loud if it's not our black music, but I digress. The other thing is for the Oscars, whatever. But if I'm an actor and I'm not getting pissed off about it, then I don't see why we are. If they are doing exactly what they want to do as their livelihood, and they know that they're doing it good, and they're still being shit out of luck, not being nominated and not getting the Oscar, then it's up to them to say, we need to go to another type of party partner. But if they want to keep going to the party where they keep getting locked out, then fuck them. Okay, if that's how they want to get down, then okay. If you want to keep going to the party and getting nominated while all your counterparts just get up and get Oscars for shit, none of us even know what they're talking about. So if they want to play that game, that's fine. And speaking of games, yes, for the athletes, we are the glue. We are that shit. So for instance, for Kyrie and, for Will Smith, you've been a bad boy, we're not going to let you make any money for us for 10 years. Then you can sit right over there and sit there and say, fuck the 10 years, 11th year, I'm going to be a millionaire. A zillionaire or whatever. Why do I have to wait for you? But they sit on the sideline and say, I'm sorry. Sorry, boss. I'll wait 10 years, boss. The other thing was, hey, put the ass and foot. That 3 o'clock shit, you put your fists up to both your eyes, I'm whooping your ass outside. And you can swing back if you want to, you can participate, but there would be a crowd of people walking behind your ass saying, how come you ain't fighting? People pushing you and shit. Nah, you was talking shit in the gym room. No, it's 3 o'clock. You're gonna get that ass whooped. Now, me, myself, because I'm the baby sister, I would always tell the teacher that they're gonna beat me up at 3 o'clock, so I need to leave early. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. No, I'm just messing with you. The other thing was when we see this type of situation being played out, like you said, we was talking, you got to keep some shit to yourself. You got to be that slippery nigga, knackered. You got to be on the down low scheme. So I think with them showing their hand, I just like the sister said, they came, they went full retard. Right? I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm talking about Tropic Thunder. But they just went full. out the blue disrespect. So now we can sit back and do our own strategy. There's a lot of us, then they are acknowledging. There's a lot of disgruntled Black Americans that is festering, that they don't really want to, shine a light on. But there was this a clubhouse, and every time I mention this, I hope I'm trying to reach somebody. The expectations of a Black American woman is that we're always angry or we have some type of aggression. And they were saying that it was a form of anxiety. That's how we, display it. It's aggression because we're just anxious all the time. We just don't know what the fuck going on. Like the sister said, when I kiss you goodbye, that shit is goodbye. Not for the normal crap. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it could literally be goodbye. And back in the day, we would always say, don't say something to somebody that you don't mean. Like, you go to hell. That shit, that's an affirmation. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell somebody, don't take your brother, don't take your sister, don't shit like that. Go tell them you're sorry or whatever, because we know what the meaning of the words is. So I think with all of this Trump and, he's going to get them out. I think so, sister, only because it's going to benefit them in the end. Because if y'all think about it, when their lips are moving, they fucking lying. Point blank, period, with the T. If their lips are moving, they're lying, and it's going to eventually do something to cause us harm. But, like I can say, I'm in California, I haven't seen any ice. I haven't seen any, crushed ice. I ain't seen no type of shit before any type of fight that, because I'm telling you, I don't know how to say it in Espanol, but we're just coming home. And that's what they're thinking. I land my plane. I love y'all.
All right, thank you, baby sister. Let me go to who did you boycott? Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Oh, yes, thank you again. I wanted to come back up and say, I heard us contemplating going with the Republicans. Been hearing about that for the past year from Clubhouse and now over here. The thoughts that go through my mind is simple. Like baby sister said, okay, we got to work out a strategy. We either going to have to make up our minds and let the Republicans buy us some time to get organized and take care of business if they are worried about their America, really worried about it, because that's the only reason they would decide to deport these people, because they trying to say their America, not our ancestors' America. So that's on one hand. Do you believe that they really want to save their America? Or do you believe that the Negro Americans don't need to help them save America again? We saved the Union, and what did we get? What did we get for that? Well, some of our people did get their freedom, so can't overlook that, but they reneged on everything else. They reneged. So my thought process is, let them fight it out. Let them fight it out. They've been opening these borders, like I said. I seen this writing on the wall in 2003, and I ain't got no tears for them. I'm not shedding one tear. Not one. Because you had to be brain dead not to see it coming. They let the borders open. So I say, let them fight it out. And whoever is standing got to go through us to take America that our ancestors built. They let all these immigrants in here, and they're going to have to lay in that bed. They made it. So you need to lay in it. Be comfortable. Be comfortable. I want you to be real comfortable, because you made that bed and you're going to have to lie in it now. Yes, it's going to hurt us. Either way it goes, it's going to hurt us. But if folks get their head out the sand and get behind black majority, and I'm working with another brother who has a similar plan, So, a lot of us are already out there making moves. We're already ahead of the game. Those that are in the camp with black majority, and I'm in a camp with another brother. So, for those who haven't got their heads out the sand yet, you're going to be so. You're going to be up the creek without a paddle. Yes, Lord, you are. You are going to be up the creek without a paddle. Because we are outnumbered on all fronts. So, we can either make up about Mars, we're going to save the Union again, or we're going to defect. We're going to defect and let them fight it out. And whoever is standing when the dust settles, they're going to have to go through the Negroes, Americans, to get their piece of the pie. Well, we know they can't duplicate us, because if they could, they would have been done it by now. So if they've been eating off of us, that gravy train has come to an end. So they're going to have to eat off of each other's gravy train if they're going to make it over here in our America. They're going to have to eat off of each other's plate. Because we have already started making moves to transition to keep that dollar within the Negro community. And that's why everybody is losing their mind. They completely lost their mind. They need to go check into a crazy hospital and get some help. But yeah, 2024 is going to kind of like show where everything is landing. Who is flexing their muscles the most? But they still need the Negro vote. That's why we're in such a good position. Get your bowl of popcorn ready. Thank you, brother. Thank you, family.
No problem, sister. No problem. Let me go ahead and we're going to get ready to close it out soon. I guess we'll get Aunt Lai and we'll get Leon as the last two speakers. Guys, if you have not, I haven't had one person sign up for the YouTube channel yet. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like I say, it's up in the Jumbotron. I haven't had any person subscribe to the YouTube channel tonight. So if you guys have not subscribed to it, it's up in the Jumbotron. Just click on that, go to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. All my followers in here, please go ahead. All my usual listeners up in the space, please go ahead and go over there to YouTube right now. We got the space going on, guys, and go ahead and subscribe, please. We're trying to go ahead and trying to get that YouTube channel bigger and more potent, so we can go ahead and push out this information. So if you and get a chance to also subscribe to the newsletter. If you guys have not been to newstoter.com, please make sure you visit it daily. Please make sure you visit the site daily. Go ahead and put it in a bookmark, make it a favorite, and go ahead and definitely visit that site daily. I know we don't have an app on it right now, guys, but please, you can still go ahead and just go ahead and make it a favorite and visit the site as well, too. So we need that.
Newstoter, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm starting to look at people's side eyes. I mean, I don't know how many times you tell me once to go subscribe, and it's on and popping. I mean, I'm starting to look side eyes straight up, brother.
I don't know what's up. I mean, I'm trying to get the people to go ahead and subscribe to it. Like I say, now it's one thing when I say
Deshaun just subscribed. I just subscribed. I would just take, let's say, a moment of silence. Let's just everybody just shut it down for like 2 minutes. Everybody go subscribe, and then we'll start it back up.
Real talk.
Go ahead, dude. So just a moment of silence. Go ahead and do your thing and come back and start the conversation back.
That's real, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We will give you 2 minutes. It's 10 o'clock. We'll come back 10:02. Go ahead and subscribe to it.
Yeah, that's how we did it. I had to log off of one device to another though. But I did what I had to do. I even had to switch devices, and I was able to do it. So we can all do this.
And I appreciate that. And I'm sending out tweets daily as well, too, guys. So if you could just go ahead. I'm sending out tweets as well daily. So when you see the actual link and it's right here on the app, just go ahead and click on that and go to subscribe. I know a good number of you guys have subscribed to the channel and stuff like that. When you see, if you go on there, because I know you haven't heard every video. If you hear a video that you like, go ahead and share it. We taking these Twitter Spaces and we uploading it right to the actual we uploading it right to YouTube as well too. So like this space right now, we're live streaming it and stuff. So anytime we do a Twitter Space, if you miss it, you say, well, damn, I missed a Newstoter Twitter Space. First off, it's going to be recorded. But if you want to go to YouTube and catch up on any over 100 some odd videos on there, y'all, just go over there and subscribe, and just go ahead and subscribe, and you will stay up to date. So please go ahead and definitely do that. And let me give a shout out to my man, who was that? The same Optimist. Thank you for your contribution on Cash App. Insane. Thank you for your contribution. Definitely appreciate that. So if you also want to support, if you can't support, we understand. But if you got $1, and I do mean just $1 that you want to donate to Newstoter, it is $ Newstoter. That's the Cash App, $ Newstoter.
I'm sending $1 right now. I got $1. I can do that.
And I appreciate that, sister. Thank you. Like I say, any little amount helps. It helps with the web hosting. It helps with email hosting. It helps with all of that kind of stuff. So thank you. Any little amount helps, y'all. Let me go ahead real quick and kick it to we're gonna go to my girl Aunt Lai. Then we're gonna go to Leon. What's up, Aunt Lai?
Peace, Black Power Reparations. I was just subscribing, even though I was already subscribed on. I have like 3 or 4 different phones.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
subscribe to all of them.
I appreciate that.
I just want to say I really wasn't here for the whole topic, so I'm just gonna do it with the Oscars, and I believe it was in regards to Angela Bassett not getting elected, and I believe what Baby Sister said is the whole part of truth. It's a point in time that we can't keep being abused, and then we keep saying why we abused, because we sitting there and we're taking it. It's a point in time where they have to, like, if they don't appreciate your presence, you know, let them feel your absence. Black people really need to stop showing up for these shows. They need to stop showing up. I felt as though when they had the Olympics, after, especially what happened after George Floyd. But what's the point of having an Olympics where Black people's getting killed in their country? People don't look just like you, but they want you to win these medals. And like somebody said, oh, now you're acting. Oh, you're American now when you win the trophy against Russia and all those other countries. But Black people really need to start sitting their asses down and not being a slave to the dollar just because at the end of the day, they can't disrespect them until we don't let them. We always show, oh, it's part of their job that they have to show up. No, it's not. The union for the police say they have blue flus all the time. Let something happen with their contract and they don't feel like going in, and all of them start calling out sick. And again, you can't strike or whatever, but yes, you can. We got to start being absent from these places because they really don't care about us. We know they don't. And the fact that they're even upset at the fact that she didn't clap, like she human. They want you to yes master, no master. This lady 65 years old. She's been acting since the beginning of time. I don't know what it is they got against her, that they don't want to give her anything. But it's a point in time where she needs to get over that and just move on. Because at this point, we all know what it is. You know, in the point in time, we got to be like, look, peace, 2 fingers, is not worth it. Because at the end of the day, she's still one of the greatest actors of all time. No one can, like, if you look at, he's not trying to be funny, even though I'm funny. If you look at the Caucasian actresses and actors that are the same age as Angela Bassett, they can't even hold a candle to her. Some of them look like they could be her great-grandparents, and she is older than them. So you already know they upset the fact that she got all the melanin. So in the point in time where she got to look at it like she got to stop going to where she's not invited to.
Yeah, Angela is still fine, even at the age she's at right now.
Right. Shit, she fine as hell. I don't even go that way, and I'm like, damn. She baby got back and all that. Like, but she keep putting herself in a position to be disrespected by them. She got to understand, like, they need to really, all the Black actors, they only want us there for, like, the jokes. They want us to present the awards. It's literally for servants. They don't want us there because they want to appreciate our talent. They don't even put that much money into our movies. Remember, Black people don't go to the box office, so they don't appreciate us that way. So the Black actors, oh, well, we got to do it because this is our job. That's one reason why I like Monique, because she was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. because she wasn't a guest master, no master. She had kids and she was running her business. And everybody say she was like, oh, she was so professional. No, she wasn't. She wasn't a slave.
She was.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Exactly. And she had the mentality of, no, I'm taking care of me and mine. She just had kids. But they want you to guest master, no master, and be a servant to them. They want you in their spaces, but they don't want to appreciate your art and your talent. So there's a point in time you gotta be like, look, Angela been in the game for how many years? There's a point in time where she gotta be like, look, you gotta learn to remove yourself from the table when love is no longer being served. And I land my plane.
Let me real quick give a shout out to baby sister, and let me give a shout out to Bessie too. Thank you guys for your contribution on Cash App. And we got 7 people that went ahead and subscribed to the YouTube channel. So thank you guys for that. Now I guarantee tomorrow, watch somebody gonna unsubscribe like it never fails. Like somebody is subscribing, and the next day you'll always get like one person to unsubscribe during the week. Like, all right. I ain't gonna stay on this channel right here. So thank you guys, anyways, that subscribed or whatever. So definitely appreciate that. When y'all see it, if you haven't subscribed, I will be sending out the link daily as well too. I got and I didn't get a chance to, but I'm gonna send out the actual link to social as well too. So you guys go ahead and y'all go ahead and join the social media site that Black Majority State has as well too. We need to go ahead and start supporting these Black owned platforms as well too. So guys, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to that as well. I'm going to send that link out as well today. So go ahead, Leon, you got it.
Thanks again, Newstoter. It's funny because I'm laughing because I'm actually watching this movie that's supposed to win all these awards last night, and right now it's not holding my attention. So that goes to show you that the movie's really not that good at all. That everything with all the Asian people in it, it's not really holding my attention. I actually, it just makes me wonder. It's like, how do people win? It's not holding my attention, so it can't be that good. But anyway, but I was loving what Aunt Lai had to say when y'all was saying about Angela Bassett, because I was actually watching. It was a small clip rolling around on Twitter. And it was my boy Courtney Vance taking a picture of his wife. She was talking to somebody, I guess doing like an interview, and he took the picture from the backside. And everybody's like, "Oh, he's taking a picture of his wife." I said, "Nah, my man was taking a booty shot." And I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because he took it, and the next thing you know, he dropped the phone real quick, and his eyes was going somewhere else. Like nobody saw me do it. But you know what though? I love that he did that. That goes to show me that my man still loves his wife. That you would do something like that. You know what I mean? That goes to the passion and whatever you want to call it, man. He still loves his wife. Just to do little stuff like that. You know what I mean? He was trying to be inconspicuous. I kind of knew. I knew right off the bat. I said, "Yeah, you taking a booty selfie, man. We know. It's all right though. That's your wife, though."
Leon, let's be honest here. No matter how many times you see a nice behind on a woman, it really never gets old. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I love it. I love seeing that. That's Black love. I love that, man, for real. And to the other sister in it, who did you boycott today? I love what you were saying, because yes, 2024 they're gonna need our vote. Both sides gonna need our votes, so we're gonna have to be very strategic on who we're gonna give our vote to, because now we need tangibles. And I mean, it ain't gonna be just a word, and then we'll come to you after the election. No. You're gonna have to do this up front before election day. We need it in our hand. We need stuff signed. You know what I mean? We need, whatever the case may be, we need shit signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours, and we need tangibles straight up before election day, and then we'll go from there. Now laying there. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Leon. Thank you. I also in the Jumbotron, y'all, I put the actual social in there. So if you guys want to click on that, If you want to take a time and click on that, and I actually retweeted it out as well too. So if you don't want to check it out in the jumbotron, I retweeted out the link to social. So go ahead and try to go ahead and sign up for social. Create your a profile. It takes no time. Go ahead and get on there with the rest of us as well too. So we're trying to get, I believe they may have up to about 300 members on there. So trying to get it. Let's go ahead and try to get that up to 1,000, and let's try to get it up to 2,000-3,000, and slowly. We're not saying that you need to leave the major social media sites. We're just saying go ahead and give some of our own a try as well too. Like that's what we was talking about tonight as well. So go ahead and start. Let's trying to empower some of these Black-owned social media sites as well too. Baby sister, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Thanks, babe. I'm gonna try to make this quick. My daughter's at Whole Foods and she's asking me, should I get this or that? So you know how that go, mamas, daddy. Well, we gotta try to help them. But remember, y'all, when we as a community, when somebody did some salty shit to us, we would give them the silent treatment. That's what we need to give the Democrats and the Republicans. Because see, to me, I get nervous when somebody is not really talking to me. Somebody that's always talking and spouting out or whatever. You're kind of like, okay, just gonna tell me everything I need to know. I just need to be quiet for a couple of minutes. But for the Republicans and the Democrats, I think that's how they're gonna gauge us. They need to jump through hoops. We don't need to start telling them what we need. I mean, don't get me wrong. We gonna tell them. But we don't need to start reiterating it and putting it on plaques and every time you show somebody got to remind you because they know what they did to us. That's what pisses us off when they say, we don't know what you're talking about. We're not racist. How are we racist? Am I going to regurgitate your vomit back to you so you can get off on it, because that's what we do when we try to tell them or enlighten them. Anyway, so to me, I'm thinking once this tide comes around, who did you boycott? Hell yeah, it's on and popping. But we got to keep our cool and just give them the silent treatment so they don't know which way to go. We need to give them the silent treatment. And I'm telling y'all, if we don't start our own shit, it's going to be 2 days from now. The Asian American Actor League, the Filipino puffin fancy photograph company, they're going to start doing it themselves. And then it's going to look like, oh, okay, here we go again. So if Angela Bassett and all the rest of them want to continue to look thirsty, then they're going to look thirsty in everybody's eyes. Because I'm not going to keep holding them up in a very revering type of a light. You're looking thirsty. You're looking real thirsty. Your ankles are ashy, okay? Get with the program. Stop kissing these people's asses. And I land my plane, but I'm going to be on the app, but I'm on the phone talking to my daughter. I love y'all.
All right. Thank you, baby sister, for your contribution and support of the platform as always. So we definitely appreciate that. I guess we'll get ready to close it out. DJ, I know you got caught up in the Matrix all night because you're trying to update your phone, and so I wouldn't even worry about trying to send any more requests because for whatever reason, every time I approved it, it just kept going down. I want to let y'all know that they do have another space going on, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Professor James Smalls, but he's in one of the spaces tonight. So if you guys want to get a chance to go ahead, because we'll be closing this out here, go ahead and catch Professor James Smalls. He is a master teacher. He is definitely an elder in the community. So if you guys get a chance, I would say definitely go there and listen to Professor James Smalls. I believe he's in let me see whose space that is real quick, y'all. I believe the Average Black American, he's in his space. So definitely if you into James Smalls, definitely go ahead and listen to the brother. So let me just thank all you guys for coming out and supporting the platform tonight. Who did you boycott? I sent a link to you as well, sister. So thank you for coming up speaking tonight. I just want to thank the co-hosts and the speakers. Ray, you want to go ahead and say something real quick before we go ahead and kick it out? You put your thumb down.
I didn't get to speak.
Who said that?
Newstoter, you always do this to me.
Hey, Dark and Lovely, why you don't never raise your hand, sister? I don't know. You know how.
I don't know how to raise my hand.
You don't know how to raise. You don't know how to raise your hand.
No, I don't.
Oh my Lord! You see with that heart sign? You see the heart sign on the phone?
Not right now, but I just press the speaker and then I see you bring me up.
Okay, well go ahead, because sometimes people they press the speaker, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I just because I'm from New York, so I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on that situation this morning. First of all, that broke my heart. It just sent me into so many different emotional ways today that it was crazy. On another note, I'm also proud of him for fighting back. I really, really am. So what I did was, I said, let me do, a little bit of my own research, so maybe I can get a little bit more insight of what's going on. So I read 2 articles. I wanted to make sure. I wanted to see if the mom knew if he was outside. So what she's saying is that she did know that he went out, and I'm not knocking the mom, so I don't want y'all to take it like that. But here, you have to be very, very careful of who your children hang out with. There's a word in New York, and when you say where you going, your kids stay outside, that's a problem in New York. You have to have a destination. These kids need a destination to be going to, or else, you understand what I'm saying? They shouldn't be allowed to go. Now, when I was looking on Twitter, I kept seeing the kids say his name is Elijah. He deserved it. He tried to do something to the girl. So that lets me know that Elijah is hanging out. So I was kind of disappointed in the mom because if you're from New York, and it's sad we have to do this, but in New York that you have to damn near follow your children around. It's so crazy here. One thing I also am that I and this might sound crazy, but good. I'm glad they said nigger alert because it wakes these kids up to how race relations are going. So that when you talking to them about race relations, now they have an actual example so they can actually see it for themselves. Because kids are talking about it, being that they said nigger alert. You know what I mean? So I also just wanted to say that. And then I'm gonna land after this. Who did I boycott? I really wanted to tell her because I could see she was, so disappointed in what happened today and really hurt. But the laws here changed because when I was coming up, you would get, they were giving young people so much time for certain things that the laws totally changed now. So that case most likely is gonna go to family court. I don't know if the hate crime is gonna add to it and maybe make it worse, but most likely it's gonna go to family court because in New York, the way it is now, if you're a youth, these kids are actually killing people, and if you're under 19, you are gonna be processed as a youth. Okay, and it will still go to family court. Even a body will still go to family court. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, before you see the results later and be disappointed, I just wanted to let y'all know that 9 times out of 10, it's going to go to family court. And those kids, unless they have a record of conviction already, they're not going to do any time. So I'll land there and just wanted to give you guys some insight. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right. Thank you, sister. I'm going to say this and we're going to get ready to close the space out. Tomorrow's night space, we're going to be talking about, I know one of the topics is going to be the Silicon Valley Bank, whole craziness that's going on out there, as well as we're going to be talking about the actual rant that Charleston White was talking about with Asians. He was going off on Asians. I guess you got this Asian rapper, China Mac, who's been saying a lot of negative things about black folks as well, too. And they've been kind of going back and forth. So those will be 2 of the topics. We'll probably have some other topics as well, too. But definitely want to discuss what's going on with this Silicon Valley Bank as well, too. So we'll definitely be discussing that and a couple other issues as well, too, guys. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Make sure you please go ahead and share the spaces out, retweet them out when we go ahead and send those reminders. It don't take anything to go ahead and retweet it out either. So with our people that come up here, usually we should at least get 20, 30 retweets on the space every time we do one, even if you don't attend one, and you may not, you may go to another space, you may have something to do, you may just want to catch the recording, but at least go ahead and retweet it out for your followers so they may want to come and actually check out what's going on as well, too. So shout out to the co-hosts, shout out to the speakers, the listeners, everybody who supported this, who always supports the platform, who joins us Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow night. Everybody be easy. Take care. Have a good night.